Okay, so here's the thing. Pokemon cards are going absolutely insane right now in 2026.
You heard me right. Brand new sets, the 30th anniversary is coming up, and the hobby is growing more than ever before.
Now, I've been collecting since I was around 8 years old, and I have what I think is a pretty decent collection. But here's my plan.
There is a special set of cards I absolutely love that not a lot of people talk about. Maybe it's because they aren't super expensive, but I honestly think they are some of the coolest Pokemon cards ever made. These are the Radiant cards. They are special, shiny variants of Pokemon we love and know, like Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. There are a total of 16 in the set.
And I'm trying to complete it all today. But there's a catch. I can only buy one card from each vendor. Why?
Well, vendors are some of the coolest people out there with some of the craziest stories, and my goal today is simple: to ask every vendor I meet just one question.
So what is the craziest Pokemon card deal you've made? And trust me, some of these answers are gonna blow your mind.
I think it's priced at 3 million USD. So
But that's enough yapping, so it's time to go enjoy the convention, and more importantly, find out some crazy stories today.
As I started walking around the convention center, I decided to take a turn to my left, and that's where I found a really cool binder full of vintage cards, and also ran into this guy, who goes by the name Devastation Collectibles. He had a really impressive collection of modern cards, so I decided to look in one of his binders, and next thing you know, I find the Radiant Eternatus, our first find of the day. So I decided to pick the card up, and it meant that it was time to ask the question.
So what's the craziest Pokemon deal you've made?
I think the craziest deal I've ever made, a guy needed some financial help and he sold me his entire collection worth approximately 45,000 for 17,000.
Wait, what? That is a crazy deal.
And the reason I bought it was it had the Moonbryon in it, it had the Lugia from Silver Tempest, and it had a few other huge hit cards.
And those are not easy cards to find. They are chases for a lot of collectors.
I was happy to help him because he needed money for his business. That's what he wanted. So,
And where are those cards today?
the Moonbryon I sold and then I replaced it with a PSA 9. The Lugia I sold and a kid came back to me today and that Lugia graded a 10. Everything that came from this case has been from that start and it's been traded and sold multiple times to get all of this from that collection.
That was a really cool story, and we got our first pickup of the day. I decided to walk over to a nearby table and found a binder full of cards with cool holo foil patterns and shiny artworks. I quickly flipped through the binder and was happy to find something cool.
No. Oh, there you go. See, those are two of them.
And as soon as I pointed out that I was looking for the Radiants, a kid right next to me said something really cool.
What Radiant are you looking for?
I'm trying to complete all the Radiants today.
I have a Radiant Serena if you want it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
And right there, before even picking a card from the binder, I managed to trade one of my cards for his Radiant Hawlucha and a Gyarados EX as well. That's 2 down, 14 more to go. Now, as soon as I decided to look back in the binder, my friend called me to another stand. I rushed on over to my friend, and as soon as I got there was a page full of Radiant cards. I decided to pick up the Radiant Heatran and then ask the question,
So what is the craziest Pokemon card deal you've made?
Actually, I picked up a few singles for fun. I didn't even know about them. Probably the biggest card I've ever picked up in my life, Pop 300, Sylveon EX. I bought this for around 17,000 dirhams. It's selling on around 25 to 26,000 dirhams in 1 month. Yeah, I just met someone, bought this, somehow went crazy. So yeah, Pokemon guys, invest.
plus 10k in 1 month? That is insane. And let's check off the other card. After that purchase, I ran into a bit of a problem. Not enough vendors at the convention actually had the Radiant cards I needed. Vendors either had no Radiant cards or they had a lot of them, which means I was forced to buy multiple at one stall. So even though I didn't want to break my rules this early into the challenge, I had to make a compromise. So I ran back to that binder that I was looking at before and managed to pick up 5 Radiant cards all at once because the guy offered me a really good deal to trade in some of my old cards. A trade's a trade, and I really wanted to complete this challenge in one day, so I decided to do it. And with that, we got the Radiant Charjabug, Radiant Greninja, Radiant Alakazam, Radiant Gardevoir, and the Radiant Hisuian Sneasler, however you pronounce that. Now for this next vendor, I didn't manage to pick up any Radiant cards, but he told me the most insane story I've heard all day, so you're definitely gonna want to hear this one.
A very interesting thing that happened yesterday. I mean, a friend of ours, Dubsy, we wanted to do a social experiment. So right on where my cases are, we just drop in the Pikachu Illustrator, right, in the middle of the case.
Now, if you don't know already, the Pikachu Illustrator is one of the rarest and most talked about Pokemon cards ever. Yeah, it's the one that Logan Paul just sold for $16 million US.
And we want to see how many will actually, recognize the card. I think 50 people passed by, no one recognized it. There was, I think, one Emirati customer that passed by, and he said, "Brother, look, I just want to know the price of this card. I don't want to buy it. I just want to know." And then I was like, "Congratulations, you have earned yourself a right to take a picture with the card." Right? So, and of course, the card I think is priced at 3 million USD.
3 million US. That's enough money to fill my entire house with Pokemon cards.
It was great. It was a PSA 9 Pikachu Illustrator. I believe it's somewhere around here, probably at Ainizuka's stall.
Wait, did he just say the Pikachu Illustrator is nearby? Would that mean me, a simple YouTuber, would get to see a $3 million card? I've got to go find it. And find it I did. I reached Ainizuka's stand, and before I knew it, they had so many Radiant cards. I managed to pick up the Pokemon Go stamped Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, and then asked the owner of Ainizuka if I could see the Pikachu Illustrator.
I can show you like the craziest things that we have on the booth.
Go ahead.
This is not mine, but this is the card like from Dubsy, and this is the Pikachu Illustrator in PSA 9.
Oh my god, that has got to be the highlight of my Pokemon life. After that, I walked over to two of my favorite vendors of the entire show to see what they had to say.
What is the craziest deal you've made?
So I started off with like 200 dirhams in my wallet and I decided to go all into Pokemon. Stupidest decision I've ever made, but the greatest one. I bought out my friend's collection, and then turned out he had a 1.7 dirham card, 1.7k. It was a Lugia V Alt Art, and I bought it for 200 dirhams, the whole binder. Yeah.
And where's that brought your business to today?
Oh, it's gotten amazing. So I work with Tom TCG, and I work with Earl right there. That's Big Brother Earl. We love him. Like we've met so many people. I got to travel across the country for it and help. Like even if it's just like for 1 day, 2 day, it's amazing meeting this whole community. So yeah, shout out to Tom TCG, Easy Collectibles. That's Earl, and I'm Kus Collects. So that's my stuff. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys.
Following meeting those guys, I picked up the Radiant Serena and the Radiant Steelix and added them to my collection. We are getting super close to the end now. I decided to interview 2 more vendors nearby before I went on the hunt for the last few cards.
For today, it's like the Giratina, and then this one. The Giratina is already sold, and this is the remaining one. We bought it like 60%, bro. 60% of the market, yeah. We are Vintage Bolt UAE, guys. Please do follow us on Instagram.
So, what's the craziest deal you've done in Pokemon or One Piece, anything?
Like I bought this for a lot of bucks. So yeah, right now I'm selling it. If you guys need it, 42,000. It's available here. Love TCG.
Love TCG, amazing.
And that's exactly what it's about. Everyone here has a love for this hobby, and I have to say, these guys are all super friendly. We just have a few cards left, and you're not gonna believe me when I said this, I couldn't find anything for an entire hour. Until I met somebody who was on the same mission as me to complete the Radiant collection. He showed me his binder and we made a deal right at the last minute. I managed to pick up the other Radiant Charizard and the Radiant Jirachi, and you know what that means. Alright everyone, I am back home. I've got the binder right here and all 16 Radiant cards right here. It's finally time to place everything in its spot. And while I'm organizing the binder, I want to give a huge shout out to the Sandbox Swap Meet Volume 8 for hosting the event. The event was organized really well and makes me excited to try and complete another challenge in the future.
I also forgot to mention that I did pick up the Pokemon Go stamped Eevee in case you guys noticed it missing. Anyways,
After talking to so many people, I realized that everyone here has some kind of story attached to these cards.
it's so shiny.
Some people grew up with them, some people built businesses from them, and some traded insane things for them. And somehow all of that exists in this one hobby.
And with that, we place the final card, and it is done! We did it! Every single Radiant Pokemon card. I am super happy with this binder and with all the responses we got from the vendors today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.